Say you gon' step by me. Spin and slide. Say you gon' step by me. Who gon' step by me? Who gon' step by me?
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Green Bay Packers. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. They go play action here on first down. Right side, Claypool's got it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down.
I know some guys that love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up third down and 2.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Off the play fake. Freeman. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Odafe Oweh drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And taken right on the 30. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
This is part of why this guy's got multiple MVPs on the mantle. We're used to seeing him make the impossible throws, but here Mahomes knows he's got nothing, so he wisely just gets rid of it.
2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. His throw incomplete.
A good play on the ball, getting a hand on it, but it was tipped up in the air before falling incomplete. And that leads to way too many moments where bad things can happen for a defense and good things can happen for an offense. And this is tough to teach in today's football because everyone wants to make a highlight play, tip it up in the air, grab it yourself, take it the other way. But sometimes that can backfire. How do you teach these guys to just make the good, solid, fundamental play of knocking it to the ground and not trying to make a highlight reel play that could backfire?
They'll run with Chestnut. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 10 more there and another 1st down. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Traylon Burks, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown. Anders Carlson now for the point after. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. That is caught. They'll have the first down and more than that. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 75 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. 53 yards for him on the ground in his first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Freeman. He'll get that underneath ETN. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
It's a good gain of 11, sets them up first and goal. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
At the Chiefs' 3-yard line.
One of the tight ends comes in motion. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Etienne. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
Brings up third and goal.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Carlson's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles. And there he goes, left side. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On the carry, it's Chestnut. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 21-14. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. 4th down, so Kansas City sends out Tommy Townsend. Back deep to return is KJ Hamler. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
72 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. They'll run with Etienne.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very solid gain of 27. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Travis Etienne,
42 yards.
and the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And we got a tie game here, a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Anytime the ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Julian Love picks it, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to get the football here at their own 23.
By the Chiefs. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Defenders take over first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Etienne. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Chris Jones on the stop.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Off play action. Freeman. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
For the Packers field goal, a 58-yard attempt.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. They had lots of looking behind it. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On first and 10, here's Mahomes. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Butker's kick here is good, and that will tie us at 24 all. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. A run here with Chestnut. He'll get this down to the 38.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now Mahomes. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a handoff running through the middle. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Treylon Burks, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Throwing on 1st down. Freeman. He'll drop this one off with ETN. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 20. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. Mahomes going to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Got around his feet and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on that.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, our field goal is going to be enough because, as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Escaping the pressure right. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he's still got a bit.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Cam Smith. Down to the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
41. Packers 24.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Looking to throw on second down. Freeman. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
On third down, here's Etienne. Still fighting. He's still on his feet. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Packers. Travis Etienne. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Carlson's extra point up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction.
And that's caught inside the 35. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
First down, Chiefs.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Escaping a tackler at the 25. Heck of a move and then brought down near the 23. 61 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon. At this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
That's caught. Left side, it's Burks. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. Back to throw again. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Packers 1st down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Eluding the pressure right.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
To throw on 3rd down, Freeman. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Freeman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1 and one.
Just like I've been smooth for so long, I'm trying to get rough. Buffing my nails, dog, I'm trying to get buff. Shaping my beard up, I'm liking the scruff. The hills, cause I'm living my life in the cut. Can't imagine that I'm gonna meet my wife in the club. We gon' see though, I feel like she more of a C.